Joe, how are you feeling? Second place?
Yeah, pretty stoked. Yeah.
Are you aware you probably will be going to Budapest now with the world rankings? It looks like you have enough points.
Yeah, someone told me that. Yeah, I can't really believe it myself, so yeah.
I mean, did you not believe it at the start? Like, what did you think your chances were coming in?
I mean, I was talking with Andy last night, and he said people who usually try and make the team don't make the team, so that's not what we were going to focus on today. And he said focus on just like doing what you can do in the race, and the outcome's going to be what it was. And yeah, just wanted to run really hard that last lap.
That looked like the same move basically you pulled to win NCAAs last year. Like, can you walk me through it?
Yep. Well, I was a little bit further back than I wanted to be at 800 meters. So I made like a pretty big move to go put myself like up in the top 2 or 3. And then, yeah, I got to 300 to go, and I was hurting pretty bad, and I was like, I need to kind of go for it, try and get to the rail. Yeah, coming off that final turn, like, I knew I had enough steam in my legs to at least get to the finish line and at least maintain pace. Yard went flying by me, and I was like, oh, God, just try and go with him. Yeah, and then crossed and couldn't really believe that.
Yard had to go pretty deep into his gut to get that win. I mean, you made that happen. Have you had a chance to think about that?
Yeah, I mean, he's a great runner. I mean, he proved that on Thursday, and he proved that today. And yeah, just stoked to be on a team with him.
Sam Prakel said you're pretty pumped to not have to do summer classes because of this. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so I've been in grad school like these past couple of weeks, and it just kind of started up, and it's been like 35 or 40 hours a week, depending on the week. And yeah, I had to miss this full week of school, and I had to drop. It's like I'm taking 6 classes over the summer, and so each class is a week, and I had to drop this class I was taking this week so that I could come here. And yeah, I mean, like, I really wanted to just come here and get the experience, and yeah, pretty surprised, honestly. Like, I knew I had a decent chance, but yeah.
You obviously didn't see this, but when Nathan Green came through here, he was like, Joe Waskom, holy. We kid you not. I mean, how special that like a teammate like that cares so much about your other team's success?
Yeah. I mean, Nathan is a pretty special guy. He's one of my best friends, and he always looks out for my best interests, and I do the same for him. And honestly, if like he was it was a pretty tough thing for him to come off an NCAA win and continue his season, and I know that was tough for him. Yeah, I mean, and he got 7th today. And on his best day, I think he wins this race, and I know he'll be a force to be reckoned with in the next coming years.
How did you guys approach this season with NCAAs and USAs and like drawing it up when you're starting back in like the fall or in January, February? How are you approaching it?
Yeah, that's probably a question for Andy. I think most of the guys on the team would probably say the same thing as I'm going to say. We kind of just listen to whatever Andy tells us to do. Not having to think about it is pretty special. And yeah, just having a guy like Andy that you can just put your full trust in. And I just know he's going to get us to be the most prepared athletes, we can be on the starting line and give us the best shot in whatever race that we go run. So.
Yeah. When you take the lead, like 150 to go, or when you are leading, like 150 to go, you think I'm winning this race, like I got this, or are you thinking they're going to come after you still?
It was a slower race than I was expecting it to be, and so I knew I was going to make a move with about 250 to go, and like coming off that turn, it felt a lot like NCAAs last year, and I was just staring down the finish line. And I know Yard's a great runner, and I know he had a lot left in his legs. So, yeah, I mean, I thought at least one guy was going to get me, but I thought I had enough to hold on for at least 2nd or 3rd. Mm-hmm. And if I was going to get 4th, then that's what it was going to be. And what I had for like my race plan, at least like I executed it, and turned out like that was like the best race plan I could have had today.
What's something you want to say to the kid from Snoqualmie, Washington, who only won 1 state championship when he was in high school?
Yeah, that's a good question. I didn't ever win a mile state title, one of my friends, one of my friends had 3 Washington Mile State Championships, and if I was gonna tell my high school self that I was gonna make a world team, and like this soon, I mean I'm 22, I would just say keep believing in himself, and I would tell him that you got to keep dreaming big because big things are gonna come.
Who has bragging rights on the team? We have an NCAA mile champ, NCAA 1500 champ, and a world's team member. Where does that rank?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I think it's pretty special because we're all best friends, and like we come to practice and we work hard together, and we all have like the same goals, and we want to try and get the best out of each other and ourselves. And like having egos like that never is really like. Having egos just brings other people down, and we don't carry egos at practice. We just try and lift each other up.
There's a lot of Andy Powell coached guys in that final.
Yeah.
Heard Andy Powell gives everyone a very specific race plan. Did you guys know what each other's race plans were, or was it pretty separate of how you were to execute this one?
Yeah, usually I do. Today we didn't. I mean, I talked with Andy last night, and I just like. It's so hard when you have like 4 or 5 guys in a final, and like you all want them to make the team. And I think he does a pretty good job with just giving each athlete the best race plan that they can execute. And like we're all friendly with each other. Like if someone asks, but I think we were all focused on like what our race plan was today.
What does the rest of the summer look like for you? Will you race? Will you go to Europe? Yeah, any idea?
That is a great question, and I kind of need to figure that out. I have 4 weeks of grad school left, and I kind of also need to figure that out. It ends August 5th, and I don't even know the dates of Budapest, but
19th to the 27th August.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'll have 2 weeks after grad school ends. Maybe I can postpone grad school, but we'll see. Because I do want to do this program, and I think it'd be pretty valuable to come back next year.
When did you go? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
What is the program?
It's Masters of Education, Intercollegiate Athletic Leadership.
And when did you graduate undergrad?
I graduated in the winter, and then I had the spring kind of off of classes. Yeah, which was pretty lucky. So that was kind of like my time off of school, and then just started up like 2.5 weeks ago.
Do you think you'll be back to UW in the fall?
I would love to be. I mean, it's such a special group, and you're only in college once, and it's just a special group of guys. I've already signed a lease with a bunch of my friends that I'm really looking forward to, staying at UW another year. And I think people say stepping up into the professional level, it gives you so many more opportunities, but really the University of Washington allows us to be, I would say, just as good or better than the pros.
How did the guys back home celebrate for you?
I mean, most of my teammates were here today, and they were going nuts. I've received so many texts, and I mean, I want to just go get some pizza, and I can't wait.
Well, it sounds like NIL might be an option for you. Is that something you've looked into? Is there any interest?
Yeah, I mean, I've been looking into it. I think I think it's a unique opportunity for sure that it allows you to stay in college and pursue academic interests while still getting what you want out of the professional sense, I would say. But yeah, I've been looking into it, and I think it's a good option.
Do you have an agent who's looking at that for you?
Not yet, so maybe, yeah.
All right, congrats.